wrongly relationship is one of the key things. I'm telling you. Getting into a wrong relationship is almost like you are going to the north. You're supposed to be going to the north. You go to the west. And there's a great woman of God who, the day she was getting married, the very day that she was getting married, pay attention, was the day at the altar. She said she began to cry. You know what she said? I missed it. Can you imagine? It was at the altar that the person is crying. Altar. Are you with me? It was at the altar that the person is crying and saying that, you know what? I have missed it. And you know what that tells you? Anybody can miss it. Anybody can miss it. Are you with me? So, listen, you got to be very careful when it comes to marriage. Did you hear what I said? You got to be what? Very careful. All right. So I'm going to be doing a teaching on how to attract godly marriage partner. And if you look at it, how to attract godly marriage partner. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? Let me tell you, please, particularly for those of you who are single, you must try everything possible to learn as much as possible before you get married. You must do what? Try everything. Marriage is the only institution that people get into that they give you certificate from the first day. Can you imagine that? They give you certificate from the first day. You have done nothing. So they expect you to perform well. And unfortunately, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people that get into the marriage institution are not prepared for marriage. By the way, let me tell you, when you get married, it will take about 3 years, 1, 2, 3, for you to get to know your partner. You are just beginning to get to know. After living in the same house for about 3 years. So if you're going out with somebody now and you think you know that person, you don't know that person. It's T&T, they call it. The person is just going to show you the part they want you to see. So for example, if the person is a dirty person, you might not know until you get married. Hello, young people. Hello, single people. Did you hear what I said? So they dress nice. They put on the perfume until you get to the house, to the room, find out. They remove their pants and you find their pants on the floor. Hey! You say, hey! So this is what this guy does. Hey! So that is why you got to learn as much as possible before. That is why you don't meet somebody on the road 6 months, you are married. Now, and some people are not ready for marriage. You are not just ready. Are you with me at all? Yeah? So right. In fact, let me just say this before I go on. How many of you are not married here? Let me see you. You are not married. Or you want to get married. Yeah, you would like to get married. Okay, how many of you don't know? You don't know whether you want to get married. Let me see your hand. Or you are confused. Some people don't know whether they are single. They don't know whether they are single. They don't know whether they are married. Some people don't know whether they are male or female. You know that I was in America I went to a bathroom somewhere. I think it was one of their airports. And there's a gender neutral. Do you know what that means? Gender neutral means I choose whether I'm male or female. We're getting crazy in the world. We're really getting crazy. And when Africa takes the craziness, we take it to the extreme. We take our own to raise to power 10. All right. So, now, I want to start by talking first of all. I want to really start by talking first of all on one issue. Once this thing is just okay, leave it. Because if you keep touching it, you'll be going back and you confuse me. Are you with me at all? Let me say this. The first way to start is to acknowledge that we have a problem. Did you hear me? there is a problem when it comes to choice. There's what? Please talk back to me. There's what? There's a problem. Oh. And you will see why I normally talk to people the way I talk to, particularly when you are young. When I went to the States a few weeks ago, I had conversations and meetings with the nieces and nephews. I sat them down. I said, because there is something that happens to us when we're in our early 20s. If they don't talk to you quickly, in fact, they should be talking to you before that time. That don't miss it. Life comes in season. Look, everybody look at me. If you miss that season of your life, you may regret. I have found many pretty women. Everything is size. You would think in the class, they are the first people that will get married. Everything. They are so desirable. And all their friends got married and they ended up being on the shelf. Yeah, shelf, is it? You begin to wonder why. So when they now get to about 42, the kind of dress they should be wearing 22.